my course will change your life in 30 seconds. My course is the best course that you can ever take. And if you take my course today, I'm gonna make sure that you receive this ebook, and together with the ebook, you unlock the value to passive income. You unlock the value to a permanent, better state of life. Now, there are many people trying to give value out there who sounds exactly like what I just said, right? They claim to be able to change your lives. They claim to be able to give you some sort of a miracle pill to a better life within just the span of one course. Now, personally, in the next clip you're going to watch, I'm going to break it down for you how to spot these are what I call false prophets. Okay, there is no way anybody's life is getting changed by just attending one course. At least not just by listening and receiving content from the course. You yourself has to be disciplined. It will take time, and most importantly, you as the value receiver needs to take action. Okay, the reason why I'm doing this episode, the reason why you're about to watch what you're about to watch next is because you need to know what are the wrong things to do when you're trying to give value to the crowd. Remember, this whole channel is about giving power. This whole channel is about giving value, about giving knowledge, about giving value first so that you receive value second. Okay? So you're about to watch all the signs of the wrong way to give value so that you don't fall inside this trap of going about this the wrong way. Okay, number one, you shouldn't be charging for giving value, because what you're about to give next is even more important, and what they are about to give you back is even more important. You shouldn't be making false promises as well. You shouldn't be blowing up your value to misappropriated sizes, to misrepresentation in terms of the size of your benefit. All those things are no. Okay, I go into detail on what those things are and why you need to avoid these things, these pit holes, if you are trying to give value. Alright, so watch the next clip. It's extremely important so that you understand what to avoid as a value giver. Okay, I'll see you inside. Alright, hi everyone, it's Japhet. Welcome back to the video. Welcome back to the video series titled How to be a Power Giver. Alright, how to be a power giver. So welcome back to the video series. Alright, today I'm going to talk about a topic which, personally speaking, I am not that I would say it's not the most positive topic. It's definitely not the most positive topic that I would like to talk about, but I feel that it is an issue that I actually need to address, right? I need to address, especially for a mobile app that is serving learners by introducing coaches to them, all right? And app that is serving coaches by introducing learners to them and helping them to schedule their classes. So it's definitely a topic that is not that positive like all the other videos, but it's a topic which I feel, and in my opinion, I strongly believe that I need to talk about. All right, and that's the topic of scam trainers, right? This group of black sheep in the industry in terms of training. All right, whether it's academic lessons or non-academic courses, but so far, based on my observation, this occurs mainly for the non-academic side. That means your wealth courses, maybe your internet marketing courses, maybe your usually they have to do with get rich quick, right? Even for the non-academic side, it happens on selective sectors, and usually those sectors have to do with greed. That means these are courses that tell you that by applying their framework, by applying their systems, by doing this, doing that, whether they go through the angle of investments or tech or feng shui even, or numerology or whatever it is, they guarantee you quick success. The system or the marketing language of that system seems to guarantee you quick success. Now, it does not matter the field of study that is involved. It does not matter, all right? Just because people use a knife to cut out pork doesn't mean they cannot use the same knife to stab another person. What I mean by that is that the field of study, like investments, feng shui, those fields by themselves are good fields of study. They are still legitimate subjects of study. But there are unscrupulous people who like to use these fields to market their unethical causes. So the problem does not lie with the field of study. The problem lies with the trainers. The problem lies with the coaches. Okay? Now, I just want to make that very, very clear, because we must be fair to the coaches and trainers who are in these fields, who are offering real value, right? We cannot label them as black sheep as well purely because they are teaching these subjects. It is not fair towards them. I know so many trainers, so many coaches, they are doing good, genuine work in these fields of study, right? Now, so the big question, how do we define a scam trainer or a fraud trainer? Now, to me, all right, I know that my definition is going to be very, I wouldn't say not the most popular definition, but I still want to put it out there. Okay, there are a few ways to define a scam trainer. Number one, all right, the value which they offer, okay, is greatly outweighed than the value which they charge. All right, this is the first sign to me of a scam trainer. A lot of people think that scams and frauds can only happen if there is no value being offered. Now, that is completely wrong. That is a misconception. Scams and frauds do not just occur with valueless products. Like, for example, somebody calling you and saying they offer this product, then you transfer the money. Actually, the product doesn't exist, or the person just ran away. Now, that's a Ponzi. Okay? That is one type of fraud. That's outright fraud. Like, straightforward, in the face, telling you it's fraud. Okay? But there are more subtle forms of fraud. And usually, these are called misrepresentations. Okay, now we'll go into what is a misrepresentation later, but first let me explain this first point. What does this first point mean? It basically means that they are offering you content, which is real content. They teach real things that you know, but these forms of content can easily be found for a cheaper price, a much cheaper price. Okay, now here's the thing. On the flip side of the coin, the trainers are gonna say this to me. They're gonna say, Japhet, willing buyer, willing seller. Okay, so what if the things I charge them for is way more expensive than the value of what I'm actually offering? So what? Doesn't matter, right? They willing buyer, willing seller. I'm not cheating them. I told them the price, they still decided to buy. Okay, now kudos to you. You have great marketing techniques, you have great marketing skills, but that does not make it right. Because why do people choose to pay a certain price for a certain product? They choose to pay a certain price for a certain product because they perceive the value behind that product. Okay, and if the product itself does not offer the same value which the users or the consumers perceive when they buy that product, then we have a case of potential misrepresentation here. Let me give you an example. For example, I say, buy my course, all right, you will become an internet millionaire. Buy this course, all right, you will be able to profit from stocks easily, just like that. Okay, using my proven system, my secret formula. Now, that is gray. Why? Because when you use words like secret formula, system, you make people think that you have the holy grail. You make people think that the moment they go for your course, the moment they use whatever you're about to teach them, they're gonna get rich. They're gonna be very successful. Now, that right there is a potential case of misrepresentation. Because of the fact that you marketed your course in a certain way or in a certain manner, people are buying into that way or into that manner. But when they go for the actual course, they receive your content and they realize that this content and the impact of this content does not correlate with the impact that you suggested in your preview seminar or in the product preview, whatever it is, then we have a discrepancy. All right, we have a discrepancy, meaning that this is the expectation and this is the real value. And this right here is the discrepancy. DPY. All right. Now, this right here is a potential case of misrepresentation. So that's why I like to weigh this under fraud trainers. I consider this a form or action that is committed by a fraud trainer. Right? If you go to the workshop and the content that you find there can be Googled or searched for free on YouTube and they are charging you 3-4K for it, to me, in my opinion, that is overcharging. That is charging ridiculous fees. Why are people willing to pay 3K for something that is completely free on Google? There must be a reason, right? And the reason is probably because they think that whatever you're offering is far better than what Google is offering. That's why they are paying that 3K. Now the crux of this comes down to the word better. What does the word better mean? The word better means that to them, it basically means that it can get me rich quicker. It can guarantee me success. The content on Google cannot. Because the content on Google did not state that it will guarantee me success. You see, that's the difference right there. You stated in your course that you will guarantee success, but Google did not. That's why people are willing to pay that 3K, because people are going to think to themselves, I pay 3K for this course, but I'm guaranteed 10K back. So of course, who in their right mind would not take this deal? Even I would take this deal, right? You come to me with a 3K antique, and right behind me I have a 10K buyer who's willing to buy that same antique for 10K, but you're only selling it to me for 3K. It's a no-brainer. You definitely are gonna take that deal. You will definitely take that deal. It's a no-brainer. And that is exactly the kind of thought process that people go through when they buy into your product, when they pay that 3K, because they think they are guaranteed 10K back. To them, it's a no-brainer. Now, when they go for your course and they realize that there's no such thing as a guaranteed 10K, that right there, my friends, is the hallmark of misrepresentation, and that will put your content, put your product under the umbrella of fraud training. Because whatever your content professes to do, it is not doing it. Okay? Alright? And people are led to think that way through your marketing preview, through your product preview. Okay? So I always tell people this, that it's very important that if you want to teach any courses that involve investment, that involve growing your wealth, that involve somehow improving your material success in life, okay, whether it's through investments, whether it's through e-commerce, whether it's through feng shui, whether it's through going for a marketing course. Now, whatever it is, okay, as long as your course has to do with material success, it is very important that you re-examine the way you position that course. Please do not ever position your course as a get-rich-quick course. A few tips, okay? A few tips to avoid that. Number one, do not give figures as the product's KPI. Now, when I say this, it comes in a few different forms. Okay. Number one, usually these workshops will not give you the direct figures. Okay, the direct figures. They will not say, look, I'm guaranteeing you 50,000 back if you take this course within a month. They will not be that stupid, but they will do this by giving you testimonials. They will do this by giving you testimonials. They will say, my student made this much, my student made that much. Now, to the trainers, it is perfectly okay if you do that. Okay, now, but if you want to present figures, you need to present them in entirety. For example, if I made 50K using your internet marketing course, do not give the gross profit, give the net profit. That means how much money did I have to put into the ads to make this 50K from eBay or Amazon. If you just say he made 50K without deducting away the cost, you are giving your viewers the impression they're gonna make 50K net. Okay? And that, my friends, is driving very close to misrepresentation. So if you want to give figures, give the entire figure. Do not give, maybe let me make this clear. Do not give half-hearted or half-baked figures. H for half, B for baked. Do not give half-baked figures as your product's KPI. Number two, don't give a timeline. Don't say that within 3 months, if you take my course, you'll break even on the course fees. No only that, within 3 months, you'll be profiting. If you put that timeline in your course message, in your product preview, my friends, you are digging a grave for yourselves. All right, to the trainers out there who are thinking of doing this. Unless you are 100% sure within 3 months, the guy will definitely break even. If not, don't ever give a timeline. Okay, if you give a timeline, the consumers are gonna take it as what it is. They're gonna think that this is the timeline. So do not give timeline as the KPI for your product to the consumers. Okay, if your product cannot satisfy that timeline, again, it is considered misrepresentation. Again, back to my example, if you're gonna buy this antique from me at 3K and I have a 10K buyer at the back, that 10K is gonna come to me today and you're gonna pass me the antique today. That feeling of managing to complete the deal within a single day is gonna drive me to really push to pay you the 3K, because I know that I have only 1 day before I can earn that 7K. Alright, so the concept of a timeline is very dangerous. It's very dangerous. Alright, number three. What is number three? Number three, do not, okay, do not, please do not say that I'm gonna change your life in, I don't know, X number of seconds or months. Or do not even try to mean anything like that. This is a very toxic statement. When you say that somebody can change their lives just by going for your course, for your freaking course, okay, you are putting the responsibility of change on you instead of on him. That is a very irresponsible marketing message that you can put out to the audience. I understand. By saying this, you are giving people hope, and hope sells. Alright, people always say that sex sells, but actually hope sells even more. Okay, hope sells even more, and hope is universal. Hope does not care whether you're female or male. Hope is universal. Hope appeals to everyone. Sex mainly for the guys. Alright, so that's why hope sells. But by saying this, putting down this statement, you are pushing the responsibility of betterment and change back to yourself, which is the vendor. And we all know, come on, we all know this, okay? You are not gonna be responsible for anybody's life. Alright, you are just an educator. As a trainer, as a coach, we do care about our students, but here's the thing, we can never make ourselves responsible for the student's life. That is a very irresponsible thing to do, especially if you cannot commit to it. And there is no way you can commit to it, because if you have 1,000 students, that is 1,000 lifetimes you're looking at. How can you be responsible for every single one of them by saying that you can change their lives in X number of seconds, X number of months, X number of days? No. Don't ever say this, okay? To the trainers and coaches out there, please, I beseech you, don't ever say this. The market is so tired of this thing. You can name the material benefits. You can name the hook, all right? For example, right, like how ClickFunnels or Russell Brunson, he does it, right? How to slim down without a strict diet. Okay, now that statement right there is very different from I can change your life in X number of seconds or months. He is providing a technique for you to slim down without a very strict diet. Yes, there are real scientific techniques out there, like a keto diet, or or maybe, for example, exercising, going for exercises. That is not wrong. I'm still giving you exactly what the product promises. You don't have to have a strict diet, but you got to exercise. Okay? So that statement is not wrong. The way marketing is done in that way is not wrong. But don't say you can change people's lives. Alright, I'm so fed up with saying that lives can be changed in a matter of seconds and months. This is utter nonsense. Alright, nonsense. Okay? To all the trainers and coaches I've seen on the Reubiks platform, this is utter nonsense. Okay? If you say this, you are painting a very bad and black picture of the education industry. You are painting an overly optimistic picture. Education and coaching cannot change somebody's lives if they are not willing to change. Alright, I have experienced it firsthand. You cannot shove enlightenment, knowledge, and education down a person's throat like that. You can't. That person also has to be willing to accept your point of view. That person also has to be willing to embrace that change. That person also has to be willing to commit, to dedicate his life towards changing. Then things will happen. Alright, so don't say this. Alright, so these are the three things not to say. I've totally overrun. It's almost 20 minutes, because I'm so fed up with seeing all these posts and whatnot. Alright, education is meant to be a very positive topic. It's not meant for me to be ranting away like that. I don't like to make these rant videos. Right, that's why so far in this video I've done my very best not to name any coaches or any trainers. Alright, not because I'm afraid of legal repercussions or whatsoever. Alright, but I don't want to make this a toxic video. This is not a roasting channel. I know that a lot of you like to roast people. Do you like to look at roasting channels? I look at those sometimes as well from a light-hearted point of view. But this is not a roasting channel. This is a power giving channel. Alright, this is a power giving channel. I want people to understand that you have the responsibility to give power if you have power, and power is knowledge. Right? So with that being said, I hope that throughout this session now you understand that the concept of fraud trainers, which is point number one right here, the value that they promise is way less than the value that they charge is way less than the value that they actually give. This is just one type, right? The other few types I think are trainers you already know. Maybe there are some trainers that actually organize classes just to get you to invest into their schemes. They say this is a free class. When you go for the free class, they tell you to invest into a certain Ponzi scheme or a money game. Alright, that is also one type of fraud trainer. Okay, another type of fraud trainer is they ask you to they go for their class or that, but they are actually just attempting to collect your private information from your personal information. Now that's not exactly fraud, but it depends on how they use that personal information. Alright, if they use it for the wrong things, then it's also considered a fraud trainer. Alright, but this is the one that I'm focusing on today. The other two types are pretty obvious, but this is the type that I'm actually focusing on today. Okay, so with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know that this has not been the most positive video, but at the same time, it is a video that had to be done so that once and for all, I will state my stance on this matter because so many people have been asking me. And number two, so that as learners yourselves, you can start to spot some potential signs of danger when you see certain things in marketing messages, right? Like those messages that I pointed out just now. All right. So be a clever consumer, be a clever learner, and be a responsible coach. Be a responsible trainer. Alright, you don't have to resort to these marketing messages to make it big or to get rich. You don't have to. Alright, you should not have to. Build your reputation through your content, through your delivery technique. Be creative about it, be efficient about it, work hard, develop your business, go for real marketing. You can easily develop yourself, no problem. And with the Reubiks platform, now we can help you to bring your courses to an overseas audience with an on an online platform. So you don't have to resort to these marketing messages just to get business. Business is everywhere. With Reubiks, we can connect you to the overseas markets. No problem, right? We help you to automate your online processes, all that. So all you gotta do is really focus on the content, right? We will get you the audience, whether it's local or overseas. All right. So with that being said, thank you for listening to this video. 23 minutes has been slightly long. I'm sorry, but once again, my name is Japhet. If you like the content here, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and more importantly, download our Reubiks mobile app if you want to engage in learning. Whether you are locally based or overseas based, it does not matter. If you are a trainer, download the app, join us as a partner. If you are a learner, you want to learn all sorts of things, go on the app. Alright, so thank you so much. My name is Japhet.